cover some of the things that I've been talking about real quick. So this David person, all right, now, he did say before his time, but listen, you already told me he's a late boyfriend. I don't think that's anything like, whoa, my gosh, you just came up with that out of nowhere. Like, nope, I think it was a useless thing, but good. Okay, great. He tells me, okay, ultimately it's almost like situation. One thing happens, one thing happens, one thing happens, one thing leads to another, kind of like snowball effect type of thing. And then he kind of gives me this happiness, this relievedness to see you. He's got an upbeat personality. He seems very charismatic. I think he's, emotionally vulnerable like the rest of them. But however he ends up passing, it's very unexpectedly and all at once. But the situation and underlying Sagittarius, we are the best. Yes, I like a good Sag. Anywho, on top of all the other horrible things I'm saying about Sagittarius in my mind. No, I'm just kidding. I have no issues with you. Except for all the issues I have. You like that? Just fuck with the Sagittarius a little bit. They're like, and that's pretty much how I roll. Okay. Great. So, how do you end up passing? Okay, so I'm in that motion thing again. Okay, for no reason, I'm just going to explain it. Okay, so for no reason, let's say he's outside going for like a 5K. Remember how I said he was in that motion event? Let's say you're running a 5K. Just hypothetically, before I look at the comments or anything. Let's say I'm running a 5K. And I expect everything to go fine, It should go fine. It's just a 5K, 3.5 miles or whatever, 3.2. Fucking sue me, okay? And so, we're running it, and then there's this part where you're just like, and then I hear his breathing. It's almost like he's trying to catch his footing. So my analogy is like, where there's this like outdoor motion sports, like scuffle, 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 scuffle. It's almost like you trip situationally, one thing leads to another, or like everything catches up with you, or like, didn't take your Wheaties today, type of thing. How do you pass? And then also all that stuff I got about your grandma and this male on the other side, but let's talk to the Sag first. He goes, you know that rule you have, Kato? And I was like, do no harm, take no shit. He goes, I like that one. That one's very me too. And I was like, you seem very charismatic, lighthearted. And then he talks about being a Sag, and Sagittarius is kind of like the magician of the zodiac sign, and you can show someone the sleight of hand. So you can, here's the deck of cards, do you like what you're seeing? And here's what's actually happening here, ladies and gentlemen. And that makes a good Sag too, so I'm definitely seeing that in his personality. Okay, so he finished med school. This just in, ladies and gentlemen. He finished med school. His dad was really mean to him. Okay, so he just had finished. Oh. So happy, relieved, underlying, one thing kept leading to another. So this guy finishes med school and dealing with all of his daddy issues, right? And then he basically took it too far, took a problem too far, and ended up overdosing. Look at these, because I was like, there's two polar opposite things going on here. The first time I was not recording, I was like, I feel so happy, and it was really unexpected, and I'm just relieved to see you, and it's before my time, and it's sunshiny, and then there's this situational thing, and this one thing just kept happening and going and moving forward and piling on, and oh my gosh. And so this dude was working off trauma, going to med school, and eventually OD'd. Damn. Supposed to get married, the worst nightmare of my life. So you say late boyfriend, and this is a freaking tragedy for your ass. Damn. She didn't know. That's what he just said to me. She didn't know. She didn't know the half of it. She didn't know the extent of it. No, he covered up so many things. There is definitely, because another thing he had said to me is like, even if you, like, let's say you were at the point where it's like, let's say you were even a year down the road where you maybe caught him in something and oh, he was going to get better and everything's going to get just amazing and oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. That wouldn't have been true, I don't think. His family doesn't talk to me. His brother never came to say anything, not even a talk. Well, sounds like his whole family sucked at communication. Sounds like you were trying to heal a lot of things that you did not break, which is a beautiful quality. Also, when you have someone that's addicted to pills like that, I think the family wants someone to blame, which is okay and understandable, which is very normal human behavior. It might not feel good for you, but it's very normal in general, okay? So I'm not blaming anybody. Do you have his ashes or was he buried? He goes, Kato, just talk to her about, like, ask her where I am now, like, if we have things, or like, okay, so you're going to tell me his family has it and it's tragic, or you have it and like you gave some to his family. Okay, he was buried. Okay, good. I think that's probably the best way to go. Like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to get their feelings hurt on this one. He says you have dreams of him since he's ended up passing. He says you talk to him almost every single day and you have random thoughts about him every single day. That's part of it too. The repeating numbers on the clock, and you still, even though your song is old and outdated, love you, you still hear that song, the song that you two shared between y'all self. um, you still hear music that reminds you of him. I go there time to time and listen to music and talk. Oh, I promise you, I did not see that comment before I said that. Hopefully you even said it afterwards. I don't know. I wasn't there for it. But she goes, I go to where he was buried sometimes and I listen to music and I talk to him. And I was like, and you talk to him all the time and you hear that special music. And she goes, on point of everything. That's wild, because I was like, what's going on with him, like, being buried, or where's his ashes? And you're like, oh, he was buried. I was like, ooh, that's probably good. And you know what? Like, you sing in all that, those songs and everything, and you talk to him. Yeah, you go to his burial site from time to time, and you listen to music, and you talk, and that is amazing. And I love how Destiny tagged you. Just let you know I'm the best. Like, you're not experiencing it right now for your damn self, but that's great. Destiny is on it today.